Heidi ho YouTubers. I've been thinking a lot about barter recently. And for this video I actually even went out and bought a pound of hamburger, 80/20, at Walmart. It was a little under 5 of these, $4.73 I think it was. We're going to call these little greenies for the purposes of our video here. And when I went to Walmart, I bartered with them for the hamburger. They wanted these, and they had the hamburger and I wanted it, so we made a trade. That's all it is. When you buy something, you're bartering for these. And these are subject to supply and demand. And an awful lot of these have been conjured up by the Federal Reserve Bank using fairy dust and unicorn farts recently, so the supply is real high, and that's why the price of everything is going up in these, because there are more of these chasing the same amount of goods around, and it's going to get worse, folks. A lot worse. I would think, so I grab this here, before very long at all, if you want one of these, doesn't matter the brand, you're going to have to barter them one of these. Okay? And it's going to get worse and worse. With what's going on in the Middle East, won't be very long at all, folks. It's highly possible it'll cost you one of these. You'll have to trade one of these, barter it, to get a gallon of gasoline. That's pretty bad news. Okay, so what happens when things break down even worse and you have to barter for stuff when these aren't worth the paper they're printed on? Imagine the time when it takes a wheelbarrow full of these to get one of these. Okay, I say buy, but the truth is we're bartering, right? Okay, so a lot of people turn to this stuff. If I can get this open. This is see if I can get it where you can see it, 1/10 of an ounce of 99.99% silver. And right now, spot on this stuff, the price on the market is 20 some odd of, where did I put them? These. These are a little over spot, of course. I think I pay about $4 for one. This is a bag of 10, and there may well come a time when one of these will get you that pound of hamburger that you need to eat. Here's another thing that we've been stocking up on a little bit. These things, at the little airline size. Okay, watch YouTube ding me for showing this on a video. They cost about a buck and a half right now.
They were $1.09.
$1 what?
9.
Okay, Mrs. Goat Hollow says they're $1.09, that she ordered some just recently. So 1.09 of these. There may come a time when you can't get this stuff, and someone who really wants it, we'll say, will trade you that pound of hamburger for one of these. There's another thing. If there's no electricity, people have to heat their food somehow. These are inexpensive at the Walmart checkout line. We got these at a different grocery because we don't shop Walmart. But there are thousands of fires in this little package that you could start to heat your food or to start your wood stove and warm your house. So these may at some point become incredibly valuable. You might be at a point where you trade one of these for that pound of hamburger. Batteries. Flashlights. Of course, cell phones and tablets, things won't work anyway. They might to some degree. People are going to want batteries. These I've opened these and used some of them. We've got quite a few in the back room. These, it's double A's in this one and triple A's here. We've got C's and D's and some 9 volts. These may become really valuable. And a couple of AAA batteries. Now, these are cheap. They're the Harbor Freight ones. We buy them in bulk. A couple of these, they have probably a 10-year shelf life that they'll still hold a charge. A couple of double A's might get you that pound of hamburger. There's some C's. I think I showed you. Here's another thing a lot of people tend to stock up on. Watch me get my video kicked off for this one too. That's a 762 by 54R. Here's a 410. Here's a 12 gauge shorty, 22. A lot of people stock up on this stuff for security reasons, but don't discount the idea that a couple of these at some point in the future might be worth that pound of hamburger as well. And I would just be cautious about who knows you have these, because they might want to come and take them at risk to their own life in my case. But you don't have to have what this fits in. For example, 5.56 has been in quite a bit of short supply lately. Every time the military makes a big order, you can't get it. So when you can, try to get it. Now, just very recently, a couple of weeks ago, longshoremen went on strike for about, what, 2 days, was it? And then they backed off and said they're going to go back on strike in January. In less than a day, Sam's Club and Costco were sold out of this stuff, which was ridiculous. If you buy a package of this, look on the back, see where it was made. Now, the longshoreman strike was going to affect the shipping ports, stuff coming in from overseas. At least 90% of this is made in the U.S., that's sold in the U.S. Maybe 100, I don't know. But to run out and buy this stuff because shipping ports are closed was insane. People don't have a brain. Okay, medical supplies. Tylenol, aspirin, blah, blah, blah. Okay? There could be a time when this is super, super valuable stuff. And people might trade you an awful lot of things in barter to get this. And right now on Amazon, you can buy 4 tubes for $8, so $2 a tube. It wouldn't hurt to have a few of these stuck away in a drawer somewhere, and I don't think it even has. I can't even find an expiration date on here. If there is, it's way in the future. Of course, there's no expiration date on bandages. even the little ones. Here's one about medium size. This is a 4x4 here. Here's a roll of gauze bandage, Israeli bandages, etc. Even if people can get enough rice and beans, even if you can, pretty quickly that gets to be a very monotonous menu. And we do have a lot of the little individual packets of Parmesan and salt and sugar and pepper and malt vinegar to spice up our food a little bit and add a little spice and interest. Okay, so here's I'm almost done showing you stuff. Here's another one. We got a case of these, right? Soap. When you can't get ivory in the grocery store because the grocery stores are empty, will you trade that? Will you trade a pound of hamburger for that? Another one. There are people who will trade you almost anything for that when the time comes. This has a pretty short shelf life, I imagine. Okay. Hold on, I'm coming right back. I dropped a can of cat food on the floor. Okay, I'm back. I dropped that. And the dog's having his time with it. Here's our supper for tonight. We have chickens, so we make these. And right now we've got about 5 dozen in the freezer. And our chickens are making new ones every day. And one of these, as you know, recently went up to, what, $9? They're back down now. But there will come a time when one of these is worth its weight in gold. Okay, so what's the point of all this? Start thinking now about things that you might stick away in a drawer somewhere or back of your closet that might give you an advantage in the future when supply disruptions happen. And we know supply disruptions will happen in the future, in the near future. And we know that everything that you need to continue your life is going to wind up being more and more and more of these, despite what the politicians are telling you, which is a lie about inflation. So think about it. You could probably come up with more things. Let me know in the comments, because I'm really interested, that you could stuff away that have a long shelf life, that even indefinite shelf life, that you could use in the future to trade for things you need without using these. Alright, we'll get through this. See you next time.